And we are live here at the CC Forum lunch break. You might be able to hear the chatter that has been going on all day. Is a little quieter right now because people are chattering down at lunch, but a great morning that we've had here, a great evening as well at the gala. I have with me here David Gibson-Moore. He's the president and CEO of Gulf Analytica. David, tell me a little bit about what brought you here to the CC Forum and how that plays in with the Gulf Analytica.
Thank you very much, and very nice to be with you. I've been in the region a long time. I've had a career in investment banking and asset management, and always in the background there's been a philanthropy aspect. Some of our best-known clients, very wealthy, well-known people and so on, JP Morgan Chase, were always talking about their philanthropy. I did some traveling with David Rockefeller, and that was just, of course, the Rockefeller Foundation, an extraordinary institution. So I was very much taken with the themes of these conferences. I know Max Studennikoff very well, and he asked me, kind enough, if I could talk on the philanthropy panel, and I was also moderating the supply chain sustainability panel. So we had a wonderful group of people, and it's been a wonderful event, I think.
You know, Max does a great job of bringing everybody together, not only high-profile speakers and moderators, but working with the government and bringing in the sponsors and everything that you have to have in order to make it happen. And what a wonderful gala last night.
Absolutely, absolutely. Truly splendid.
Truly splendid.
And of course, this is one of the first, I won't say post-COVID, but as we move out of COVID, physical events we've had in Dubai, which has made it even more special.
In the world, let's face it. And hats off to the Dubai government, the leadership here, for keeping Dubai open almost the whole time. The whole world knows Dubai is open.
Open for business.
Open for business. I'm looking through, I see my contacts, they're here, they're there, they're in Dubai. Why? Because the business is happening here. And so they've done a very good job. So speaking of Dubai, now where are you based out of?
I'm based here in Dubai. I have my own consultancy, over the years with the banks, and I've built up an awful lot of connections.
I'm sure.
And we're focusing on private equity, on startups, which is a very active ecosystem here in the UAE, Abu Dhabi Global Market, and here in Dubai. And advisory work, and I'm on some boards and speaking at conferences quite a lot. It's all a very nice mix with a wonderfully international group of people here in Dubai. That's what's so special. It's truly an open and incredibly international location.
Well, they've done, like I said, they've done a heck of a job. And Max, I had the pleasure of sitting down with him a few minutes ago, and he said that this accord that was signed in September enabled the violinist and the pianist to come, and this is all developing as we're moving forward. So it's really something else. Now, you mentioned the equity and the work that you're doing. What is some of or maybe the project that you're most proud of or most excited of that you're working on right now?
Well, we've been trying to help young entrepreneurs start up. We've had a focus on fintech because that's really the sector that I feel I know very, very well indeed. We've had our first exit from our portfolio, a company that was quoted on the US NASDAQ for $300 million about 4 months ago. One or two other companies could be in that position very soon. I don't know what the amount would be, but this has been incredibly rewarding because dealing with young entrepreneurs, this is the future. The technology is the future. It's been incredibly inspirational, actually.
That is it's inspirational to hear about it. You always love to hear the big wins, I mean, there's how many other projects and everything they're doing fine, but the big wins, those are always the most exciting things. Now, you mentioned the philanthropic work. I know Max always keeps a very big philanthropic theme to everything. How did that panel go? I mean, what were the highlights of this panel?
Well, I think it went well. Each person on the panel had a different personal experience, I think. But as I tried to add at the end of our discussion, one has to be very, very humble, actually, talking about philanthropy in this society, because zakat is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Every wealthy businessman I know has been, and his family, contributing towards charitable donation activity and so on for years and years and years. So, we have to bear that in mind, and the Waqf foundation structure is very, very important socially here. Many NGOs and government institutions are also dedicated to charity. So, I'm very much involved in the Rotary Foundation now. I'm one of the major donors, which is a wonderful institution for anyone who wants to think about personally getting involved at any level necessary. But there's a lot going on there.
You can tell. It's obvious. You can feel it and everything else. So where do you go from here? Do you stay in Dubai? Are you traveling a lot? What do the next 30 to 60 days look like for you?
We're staying in Dubai, actually. I mean, I used to travel a lot before COVID.
Yeah, I know, right?
But we're all getting sort of very accustomed to Zoom and all the rest of it. And actually, it's quite good in some respects.
The wives love it.
Absolutely.
They really do. Well, that is fantastic. Well, I really appreciate you coming on, David.
It's been a great pleasure.
Yeah. Would you like to share a website or anything like this?
Well, my website for my business is www.gulf-analytica.com, and it'd be a pleasure to continue our contacts.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. Well,